Hello and welcome to the Astrology in You podcast. I'm Kerrie Hourigan and today we'll be looking at the full moon in Scorpio plus the total lunar eclipse that's coming up on the 15th or 16th of May 2022 depending on your location. So I'd like to begin by acknowledging the original land carers, the Awabakal people where this podcast is recorded. I give my deepest respect to elders past, present and emerging and acknowledge the Awabakal people who have cared for this land for tens of thousands of years. I acknowledge that this land was stolen from them and that sovereignty has never been ceded. So just a reminder before we begin, you can get a free mini astrology report that includes a very detailed birth chart from Astrology in You. I created a video to show you how you can create a free birth chart with transits at astro.com, and you can find the podcast on iTunes. Any resources mentioned in the podcast will have links in the show notes below, and if you receive the newsletter you will have access to the full moon in Scorpio through the houses. As you can imagine, there are countless interpretations, so I've put together some general interpretations that will help you understand the energies better. So 2022 is a year of intensity, and now eclipse season has started. The intensity will only increase. Intensity is part of the change as we collectively and individually go through it. The lunar eclipse will amplify the emotional intensity, so see where this is transiting in your chart. We'll take a general look at Scorpio, the lunar eclipse to start with, and then I'll touch on the other important planetary placements that are happening as well. So Scorpio is the most intense sign of the zodiac. The archetype of Scorpio is a fixed water sign aligning with transformation and intensity. Transformation comes as Scorpio makes us aware of our personal limitations and the desire to exceed them. Evolution and change are associated with Scorpio, therefore death is also linked to this powerful sign. And there must be a death of what one considers limiting for the rebirth of the new, inviting change for the better. As part of that death, we must bring what is deep within us to the surface for us to face, deal with, to bring to an end to, or the death of, finally letting go for transformation to occur. Issues such as betrayal, trust, secrets, and that which is taboo are all associated with Scorpio, exposing what must be brought out into the open. Scorpio relates to merging, and therefore sex is also associated with this intense sign. So Scorpio is the sign of metamorphosis and merging, whether that's merging with another, as in sexual union, or ultimately with Source, the god-goddess, as the phoenix rising from the ashes to transform eventually into the dove. This metamorphosis continually occurs throughout our life, with things beginning and ending through the change that is necessary for something better. Change always brings intensity, leaving one feeling powerless, but at the same time, the same thing can greatly empower us as well. Stress and drama occurs when we suppress our emotions, creating disharmony between our actions and our feelings. Emotions can be overwhelming, shocking and painful, shattering our minds, sending us deeper within ourselves. And it is that very thing that makes us more conscious and aware of ourselves, where we become the detective, not only to ourselves but to those around us, grasping for more understanding, including the deep, dark secrets of others, feeling the undercurrents to delve further and dig deeper, to consciously or unconsciously engage the ability to finally let something die for the rebirth of something better. Patience alone can help with resolving problems. In Buddhism, it is recommended to practice patience so we can be composed as we face challenges. I saw on Facebook a post that said we must practice patience at this time as we view the unraveling that is going on around us, and that is probably the most we can do, but it is the wisest thing we can do. So Scorpio also has a shadow. Always look at the two sides of the coin. So the shadow of Scorpio is corruption, manipulation, compulsions, obsessions and destruction are all found in Scorpio. Often deep, dark secrets of a sexual nature are exposed in the intensity of the Scorpio energy, especially of the rich and powerful. The full moon illuminates what remains in the dark, bringing out into the light to a completion or end. And this relates to energetic blockages we feel that hold us back, creating feelings of limitations. So as the sun and the moon are in opposite signs, during the full moon, we have the sun in Taurus helping to stabilize the intense energy, providing the help to keep us grounded. Intensity also accompanies eclipses. So as you can see, we are in a full moon that's intense. We are having a total lunar eclipse, which brings more intensity, and it is happening in the most intense sign of the zodiac. So as we are in this eclipse season, intensity will be with us for several months, and lunar eclipses shed light on what is hidden to bring to a culmination stage to release and let go. Combined with Scorpio energy, this full moon is filled with tension. The area of your life or the house in which this happens will indicate the area of your life that is affected, and this can occur weeks prior and post the lunar eclipse. So we also have Saturn is in a T-square to the full moon, and Saturn is in Aquarius, and it's also the focal point. Suggests that there will be resistance of some sort, requiring a sustained effort to something where we'll feel the tension again. And Aquarius is the future, and Saturn is, well, probably a better way to put it is Saturn is the old and Aquarius is the new. So possibly something requiring emotional maturity related to your values of some kind, with a healing as well at a deep emotional level. Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, brings the continuing collapsing of limitations that keep us emotionally stuck, helping to break down old ways that don't work anymore, blocking our path to move forward. Sextile aspect Pluto is into the full moon, and the trine the full moon to Neptune in Pisces is also assisting us, allowing the continual dissolving and exposing of what needs to be released. Jupiter, the expander, has just entered Aries, and Jupiter is known for its optimism, opportunity, a sense of adventure, and it will lead to feelings of being blessed in some way. It may be a positive relationship, or your finances increase if Jupiter falls in your second house. I think we'd all like that one. So you will feel motivated and that anything is possible, expanding your horizons, and in turn you can also motivate others. But there are always two sides to every coin, as I've said, and Jupiter's expansive energy can result in the opposite. So just beware of that. So for example, you may have money coming into your life, or money goes out of your life in an expansive way. So it's good just to be prepared. The Sun opposes Scorpio full moon, and it's in Taurus, and it's there together with Uranus and the North Node. So the North Node represents our future, and Uranus brings disruptions to the status quo. It breaks us free of restrictions to break out of our bondage to make way for a better future. Taurus deals with the land, the climate, money, property, and our values. So Uranus brings shake-ups and will expose the old and tired ways to let go of for something better. And Taurus is also about stability. Uranus energy brings a shake-up to stability. In saying that, we will see more shake-ups in the financial markets, more extreme weather events and seismic activity. These shake-ups are continuing in the financial, religious and political systems, and even shortages in our food supply, and inflation is on the rise. That also commenced with Jupiter in Pisces. So it's a good idea to take steps to be prepared, just in the event if something does happen, you're going to be covered. So when we are restricted by the same old ways that prevents us moving forward to a better future, these shocks come in, and the shocks are necessary to break us free from limitations to move to a better future, and therefore Uranus liberates us for that very reason. And finally, Mercury is retrograde in Gemini, and Mercury will be in this retrograding motion from the 10th of May till the 2nd of June, and this gets us to slow down. It gets us to revise, review, and to relax. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and therefore Mercury's energy is enhanced even more. Mercury is very busy. If you think of your mind, Gemini is a mutable air sign, and air is all about the intellect. This retrograding motion just helps us slow our thinking down so we can take a breath, that we can actually think before we say anything. Even in recording this podcast, I can tell you I'm having one problem after another. I've had to stop and start and think about what I'm going to say. So it's really giving me a workout at the moment, but I'll get there in the end. So the idea is to slow things down. How do we nurture ourselves in the full moon in Scorpio? Well, I've just got some suggestions here. So firstly, start a daily meditation practice. This balances the emotions in the body, and when our emotions are calm, our thinking is calm. Investigate painful emotions and get to the heart of them. Now, if you're not sure how to do this, the best way that I've found is through the work of Byron Katie, and her process will assist you greatly. Let go of what you know you must, the things that hold you back, emotional blockages, get to the core of them and deal with them through Katie's process so you can let them go. Address the painful emotions that control you for transformation to happen, and be in nature as much as you can, because when we're in nature, we do slow down. And with Scorpio being a fixed water sign, go for a swim in the ocean. In getting to the heart of ourselves and getting to the core of who we are, the heart's intelligence links to all that encompasses our bodies. It's a reminder that we are connected through our hearts to a loving and higher consciousness that supports, nurtures and loves us. And when we do this, we nurture and support others. So thank you for listening. Take good care of yourself. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.